I realised something deep and spiritual, mother lovers. I need a high vise in my life. If you're into shaping with rasps, grinders, all those naughty tools, a normal carpenter vise isn't wonderful for the job. So I looked up the proper hardware for this vise, and it's 200 quid plus. But that's just for the bits. Mental. And don't get me wrong, what started me out was the proper pattern maker's vise, the Woodworking or the Woodcraft. Absolute beauties. But the price of those, horrendous. £1,000 plus. My wallet said no, my loin said yes, and here we are. But then, like a sexy little miracle, I remembered I've got this Enjoy Wood Vise. Kicking around, collecting dust. And it's basically a paperweight to me. But it was only 70 quid. And today we're going to be giving the glow up of its life. We're turning this little cheap little vise into a pattern maker's vise. High vise. I don't know what to call it really.
Carving vise.
As Josh said carving vise. Perfect. Now, we didn't go into this blind. We did some testing because, well, we don't want to waste what little hardwood there is. And to see if it was a go or not, find out the pitfalls, solve them. Let me tell you, there were a few. Is 65, 6, 7, 68. That's cool.
Fight like a tiger.
Having done that, my OCD kicked in, and I decided to make all the corners the same.
side of things, it really does depend who you get mixed up with.
Yep. So anyway, my
Is that greed or stupidity? Oh, I'm sorry. There was a big NATO exercise yesterday. All those helicopters were about.
all right. Before the Germans get here.
That's one, yeah. We're doing something called an elephant leg exercise. We get 24 helicopters in packs of 6 and kind of leapfrog like a walking elephant.
Right.
6 go over, 6 hovering, and then 6 go over, another 6 hovering, and we keep moving forward like that. It's about needing a distraction at points in time.
Yeah.
You know, oh, we better roll this one out again because we don't want to. Did you just chin yourself? Sorry.
Try to use less than you think. Yeah. I've had to damage a workpiece in the past because I couldn't get the pattern off.
It really does take them.
Oh, yeah.
Is that 3M?
I didn't record all of this, probably for the best, as I had to feed the piece to the cutter from the outfeed side of the cart. Probably wondering why I didn't finish that off in the mortiser. How it was clamped in the mortar, it would have pinched the tenons together and cut more than I needed. Hope that makes sense.
Sandy, fettling.
We're putting a 9-degree bevel on here for both rear and front draw for possible jigs later down the line, and then also aesthetically it looks really nice. Ordered some more of this extended glue,
Okay.
and it's arriving this Sunday, and I just saw on Amazon that's just clearing customs.
Bloody hell.
We stopped importing or something.
Glues and stuff. Huh. That's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
I wonder if we should put some double-sided tape down this side, just as a bit of extra security.
When we've dry fitted it, we haven't done that, and we know this
No.
works.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'm talking about movement.
Right. You're cool, man.
No.
It's in that drawer next to you.
I don't know how thick it is, so it could cause a problem.
Yeah, it could bind, and that stuff sticks, doesn't it?
Yeah, once it's on, it's on. Yeah. Just needs to go at the tops, really. It'll drain down, won't it? One, two.
That. It's probably just the sanding.
Okay.
Yeah, good luck.
It's that syphilitic jizz, isn't it? Start with those. I'll do a couple of taps of those just to take up. No. That's already got it. Yeah. That's it. On the way home.
Probably wondering why the odd shaped tenon. It's purely aesthetic reasons only. a 50-50 mix. I like to do this for an extra bit of pop. I'm using a hard wax oil as my finish. Right, we need to talk about this work of art, all done by Josh, the handle of the Vise. During the build, this wimpy looking thing, we bent it. It bends really easily. And there's the weak point. With absolutely no effort at all. I mean, we looked at it and it folded. I generally think that the Vise that this has come across isn't really made for anything of any substance. Only small stuff, really. The jaws, I found pretty much under a reasonable amount of torque, were flaring out, and you could just pull out your workpiece. It's pretty bad, which is why it's been collecting dust until now. We did go brass fittings, but it didn't work out. I also spotted this cast iron T-piece, grabbed that because it looked the part, except the colour was wrong, or so I thought, and the fit was very loose, looser than a wizard sleeve, not ideal. So we bowed for bacon rolls and went hunting for some way of making all of this work. Then Josh went into full machinist mode on the lathe and made it all come together. None of it was filmed though. Obviously, Josh gets in the zone, doesn't think about filming. Wouldn't, would he? And honestly, lathe footage, not a lot of people enjoy it, so it's no big deal. Anyway, Josh is going to fill you in what he did to achieve this.
So we've got the T-piece, which is a piece of cast iron 3/4 inch. These are all 3/4 inch fittings, brass ends. Installed all those. That's a 16mm fitting there, reduced from a 3/4 inch on the male thread this side, because the handle is 16mm diameter, so that was essential. We turned the threads off here and here, get that nice and smooth. Turned the grooves in about 1 millimetre, well, about 2 mil, something like that. They take the seals, which act as dampers. It goes together like that. We turned a thread in there, chucked a nut in there, cut the head off, and then the original handles go on there. And we used that from the original Vise handle. Again, cut a thread in a hole. There we go. Got to be careful on that. Too far and it will catch. And another hole on top to secure it to the arm of the Vise. Tapped and threaded. And that's all she wrote, folks. Final rub up on a 400 stone.
You're a fucking idiot.
So I wanted a vise for carving and sculpting that answered all my needs. And honestly, I think I've smashed it for a fraction of the price of a proper pattern maker's vise. And now I've got the height, the torque, and the ability to clamp all sorts of odd shapes, taper stock, anything that's been looks like it's been left out in the sun for too long. Perfect timing too, because I've got a sculpted chair coming up. And no, I'm not going to pussy out and run everything over a router bit. There's no fun in that. And you end up with that weird square with soft edges look. Looks like a block of cheese that someone's tried to sand into a canoe. If you've got no idea about what chair build I'm talking about, there's a link below. Go and have a look. And while we're here, last time I checked, we're still a bit short for the chair. If you can chuck in anything, like a couple of quid, a fiver, it all adds up. I'd be very grateful. Really looking forward to getting on with that build. I'll be thanking everyone properly in due course, when the time's right. Don't you worry, you have been noted. Make no mistake about that. Fucking solid days. This is the bit where I'm meant to beg you to like and subscribe and join my Patreon. You've heard that speech 1,000 times, so let's keep it civilised. If you'd like the video, do the clicky things. YouTube gets all hot and bothered by that stuff. If you really liked it, the Patreon's link is there down below. It's about the price of a pint a month, and you get early access to vids, no ads, a WhatsApp group for the top tier peeps, a group full of absolute legends, chatting utter nonsense. No pressure, no guilt, just good vibes, bad jokes, and the occasional moment of brilliance. Like, subscribe, be lucky, mother lovers. So if you like the cut of my jib, please like and subscribe, share if you're really feeling kinky, and we'll see each other again.